Hello, one fluffy cat here. Welcome back to, of course, Cinderella Phenomenon. Before we begin, don't forget to comment, leave a like, and hit the subscribe button with your tongue, because why not? And let's jump right into the video. I have been at the Martian for a couple of months now, and I still haven't managed to do a single good deed. Today I went out to town with Waltz to buy ingredients for parfait. The two of us have been both very quiet, which is uncharacteristic for Waltz. Princess? What? Did Karma explain why he wasn't coming with you today? No. Princess? Does Waltz not like my company? Is that why he is asking why he had to fill in for Karma? He said he was tired. Oh. Waltz turned his head, his eyebrows furrowing in confusion. The town feels different today. It does? I feel as if there are people watching us. How can you tell? With practice, I have a lot of eyes on me when I'm doing my puppet shows, after all. Even before then, I was used to being watched, I guess. Before you were cursed, why? Well, I was no more conspicuous as an adult, I guess. An adult, alright. You have the Neverland curse. You remember, yes, I have the Neverland curse. I told you what that was in the tavern once. You were stuck as a child when you should be a man. Right, it's a little inconvenient, but I've gotten used to it. There! I said that really fast. Walt is so much more straightforward about his curse than Karma. The two of us go into the store, where we find the little cups that Parfait asked us to buy. After I pay, Walt automatically picks up the bags. His help is nice for a change. I have become so accustomed to carrying the bags on my own. So, have you made any progress on your good deeds? You can see from my necklace that I have not. But you have changed. I still don't see how I have changed at all. Karma hasn't taught me anything about doing good. Sometimes in order to do good, you need to realize that something about yourself first. Huh? Maybe Karma's not so bad at helping you with that. He is selfish, flamboyant, and acts as if the world revolves around him. But you're still partnered with him. I am. I am okay with Karma's company. Most of the people judge and shun me. But Karma hasn't done that, and he's even mentioned enjoying my company. I have become more tolerant of him too. That's good for you, girl. Oh, Princess! Walt's eyes light up, and I see him pointing ahead to a crowd of people gathered around the center of the town. A woman stands in the middle of the crowd, telling people's fortunes. We should go see if we could get our fortunes told. Come on, I don't trust fortune tellers. Most of the time they end up being sketchy. The crowd around the woman only grows larger until nearby half of the plaza has been taken up. I find myself pushed around in the crowd as I try to follow Waltz. I mean, I don't mean any harm to any people who do any psychic readings. I think that's really interesting, but normally in a video game, when someone is a psychic, normally that either means that they're main character and will likely kill you. That's literally the only argument I have for them. The crowd is dense though, and in no time at all I have lost him. Waltz! I call for him, but I do not see him over the dozen of people in front of me. I will wait for him at the outskirts of the crowd. He should be able to find me. I make my way out of the crowd and to the edge of an alleyway. Oh, that's not good. But Waltz still does not appear. 10 minutes go by and I consider walking back into the crowd when I hear a voice behind me. Are you looking for someone, madame? I feel someone grab my hand. I slap them away and take a step back. When I turn, I find a man standing behind me in the alleyway. I didn't mean to startle you. Didn't mean to startle you. What do you want? I want to help you return to the palace, Princess Catherine. That still bugs me the fact that I misspelled my own name. It was late at night, okay, when I recorded that day. You know who I am? I do, Princess, and I can lead you back to the palace. Who are you? Someone who's working for the king. But the king does not remember me. The only people that would remember me are witches, fairies, and those with the curse. So who exactly is this man? You're lying. Princess, why would I ever lie to you? Now come, I'm sure everyone at the palace will be very happy to see you. Ooh. The man grabs my hand roughly and begins trying to pull me through the alleyway. The first thing I try to do is scream, but the man clamps his free hand over my mouth. You gotta learn how to punch, girl. The crowd is getting farther from us, and no one can see us in the shadows. Princess, I swear on my word, let's wait for an opening. He will be expecting me to fight back. I have to hold my ground until there's an opening. What would Jurian and Garland do in this situation? Nice and obedient, yeah. Better that way. After all, I'm not a bad guy. Right. That's what they all say at first. The man walks me down the alleyway. His hold on me still tight. I am forced to walk with him until we get to a dead end. Now where was this passage he was talking about? Now's my chance. Wait, what is this I see before me? I was about to escape, man. I look up to see Karma standing on the rooftop right above us in his disguise, holding a sword, a broad grin on his face. Madame, you might hurt yourself playing with that sword. You might want to put it down. What's this, sir? Do you feel threatened by me? You should. Karma jumps down from the building and raises his sword in front of him, his eyes angry, his earlier jovial personality fallen away. Anyone that attacks a lady has to pay for the crime. Karma rushes forward, moving faster than I can see. Even in his long dress, the glint of the sword causes the man to fall backwards, loosen his grip on me. Loosening. There. I step back from the man's hold and watch as Karma points his sword at the man's neck. Now I have a sword and you do not. Do you really want to test your luck, sir? This isn't worth it. The man runs off, leaving me alone with Karma in the alleyway. What's this? You were a lot cockier just a few moments ago. I breathe out slowly as relief washes over me. Princess! Waltz appears from where the man had run. So did you meet the coward fella on your way here? I bumped into a man who looked as if he was running from death. Oh my, I feel oddly accomplished. Karma and Walt's voice become faded and indistinctly as my vision blurs. I am suddenly light on my feet. All the adrenaline from earlier has dissipated into thin air. I feel tired. Did he do something to you, girl? Princess! Or are you not used to being kidnapped? Before I can collapse, I feel arms pulling me back up. Rest easy, Princess Catherine. I close my eyes and fall into blackness. When I wake up, Anise is setting a tray of food down on my bedside table. She does not notice as I rise slowly from bed. Anise? Oh, Princess, you're up. We were worried about you. Lady Delora and Lady Parfait said you were just out because of shock. But still, how long have I been asleep? Just a few hours, Princess. Don't worry about the chores for now. Lady Delora says that if you're feeling better later, you can use Mr. Broom. Just thinking about using Mr. Broom gives me a headache. Where are Karma and Waltz? Waltz is scouting the town looking for the man that captured you. And Karma? I think he might be in his room, Princess. He got patrol tonight, so he's resting a little bit. If he has patrol tonight, that must mean he was resting this morning too. How did he know I needed help? Do you need anything, Princess? No, I'm going to visit Karma. What? To thank him? However, he knew if Karma hadn't been there, things would not have ended so well. Yes. That's sweet, Princess. Oh, Lady Delora wants to talk to you about what happened when you're feeling up to it. Okay. I'm not feeling up to it. I wait until Anise leaves the room before I follow after her. Where are we going? It is only after I exit my room that I realize I do not know where Karma's room is. Anise must have assumed that I already knew, with us being partners and all. It's fine. I do not need Anise's assistance for this. I can find Karma's room on my own. It takes me some time, but eventually I find a room with his name on the door in careful, flowery levels. Flowery. It suits him. I simply open the door without thinking to knock. I expected to find Karma lying in bed, but instead he is standing in front of a mirror, changing his clothes. Oh dear. Oh my. Princess. Oh. I do not think I have ever seen a shirtless man before. I've never seen a shirtless man in a video game, period. Unless you count fighting games. I guess in a way I have. But I guess it's different because I'm playing it? I don't know. I think that makes sense. Oh, indeed. He turns to me, and the realization that he is standing there just in his pants hits me hard in the stomach. My face incredibly uncomfortably warm. Why are you just standing there? Put on your clothes. And then I notice a large tattoo on his chest. It is a rose ensnared by many vines. I stare at it for a few moments before Karma puts a hand there to conceal it. It's rude to come into a lady's room unannounced, you know. I'm sorry. Karma lifts his usual dress on carefully over his head and then approaches me. I take a step back without realizing. Karma raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me mischievously. It is a familiar look, but it rattles me more now than it has ever before. My princess, you're as red as a tomato. Are you okay? Don't call me a tomato! Does this man always need to point out the obvious? I'm fine. There's no need to shout, darling. Now, what did you come here for? To see me, the beautiful Karma? Does everything always have to revolve around you? Well, you are breaking into my room. I am barely able to stifle a sigh. Well, I crossed my arms and frowned at him. His smile makes it harder to get my next words out. I came here to thank you. Do my ears deceive me? What did you say, princess? Nothing. Princess, thank you for saving me. Now, excuse me, I have to go get salt and rub it on my tongue. Nah, not really. I'll stick with sugar or another cupcake. That helps too. You are quite welcome, princess. It was my pleasure. I should leave. Wait, what? I turn to leave, but Karma grabs my hand and pulls me back. But Princess, don't you owe me something? Huh? So Karma was expecting something in return after all. I should have known. I think you owe me an apology. You did come into my room unannounced after all. What is he talking about? Since you broke into my room, I demand you help me with my makeup. Then I will forget your transgression. Seriously? Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. You don't have your makeup at all. Your makeup? Yes, darling. I thought you were resting before you were going on patrol tonight. Resting? Nonsense. I have much to do. My makeup earlier was so messy that I washed my face in order to reapply it. I cannot believe that I'm going to agree to this. Fine. What a spectacular day today is. Come, Princess, let's do this by a mirror. Wait, does Catherine even know how makeup works? Huh. Karma pulls me over to the mirror where I can see both of our faces reflected. He has a surprising variety of makeup on the dresser beside him. I do not even care that much for my appearance. Why am I helping Karma with his makeup? Because you're a good person. That's why, girl. Now, which feature on the face do you think is the most important one to highlight, Princess? What? What are your eyes attracted to the most on a person's face when they're laughing, when they smile? Why is he asking me for my opinion on something so trivial? If someone was smiling, the first feature I would look on the face, I would say their eyes. Their eyes. You always look at the person's eyes first. So the eyes? Eyes are the mirrors to the soul. See, I know things. Does that mean you always look into my eyes, Princess? Be quiet. The minute he says that, I look into his eyes. Karma flutters his eyelashes at me, and I look back down and grumble. What was that, a trick? Made you look. What did you think? Think? Of my eyes. Do they draw you in? I have never looked at Karma's eyes closely, but now that he keeps talking about them, I cannot help but take a look closer. His eyes are a pretty color, they're green. Yes. You don't have to answer that, Princess. I'm just kidding. You better buy me another muffin or cupcake. Of course. Your eyes, on the other hand, are beautiful. You and Rumple really are the same person. You both spout nonsensical compliments. I think that's how you say that word. Nonsensical. Oh, Princess, I'm so offended. I mean what I say, unlike that fool. Blech. Anyway, I'll let you choose the order of things. Fine. Just don't make me look like a clown, Princess. I know how much you to tease. What? I know how much you to like. What? Oh, I know how much you two like to tease me, but I need to get out of here quickly today. If you need to leave quickly, shouldn't you do your makeup yourself? I missed the opportunity to have you help me? Nonsense. If I can, I'll have you help me with my hair some other time. The way you do yours is beautiful. Oh! You mean it's normally ugly? How dare you? I always put effort into my hair, as Mother always emphasized the importance of looking like a princess. But I have never received a compliment on my hairstyle before. Oh, hurt you, girl. Karma gives me his makeup supplies, and I start laying the colors on his face. When we are this close, I cannot help but carefully inspect every one of his features. I do not think I even did something like this with Mother. Princess, I don't think I deserve your thanks. I paused and raised an eyebrow at him. What? But you saved me, man. You've been helping me for a while, and I haven't helped you with your curse at all. What I did today was just coincidence. Coincidence? I'd heard you went to town with Walt, so I followed you too. I only happened to catch what happened in the alleyway. You managed to see me even when there were many other people who didn't. I have good eyes, probably. Probably. It is not like you to be so humble. Catherine, I am once again offended. And why were you following us in the first place? You said you were too tired to go into town today. I was worried. It was strange not accompanying you today. Worried? Why would you be worried? Karma looks puzzled for a few moments. He glances at himself in the mirror solemnly, then shrugs. Intuition, perhaps. Walt mentioned something about feeling watched. Is there something that Walt and Karma are watching out for that I am not? Karma closes his eyes momentarily, and I take the opportunity to dust his eyes with eyeshadow. He does not seem to mind. Princess, you haven't spoken about what happened today with Delora or Parfait, have you? No, not yet. You came to thank me first? Yes. Oh. Karma falls into silence, and I continue to work, sweeping blush on his high cheekbones. Princess, do you know anything about the man who tried to drag you away today? No, he said only that he worked for the king before telling me he would take me back to the palace. I wonder how he recognized me. I was wondering that myself. How curious and alarming. The only ones who should pose a problem at this time are witches. Witches? What do they want? Oh, that's right, she doesn't know. What do they want to do with me? Well, I mean that witches are the only ones who can see through our curses. So that man spoke with a witch? It's possible. But why? Why would the witches want me back at the palace? Or was that man trying to lead me somewhere else? I suppose either way, the man couldn't have wanted to bring me back to the palace for a good reason. Is it possible that a witch gave a commoner a description of you, but then why would Karma stops talking and looks up at me with something like sympathy? Sorry, I'm just running my head for ideas. Are the witches really so dangerous, and what do they want with me in the first place? Rest assured, Princess, we will figure this out. I mean, I already know what's happened, so... I nod my head slowly. I have a lot of questions for Delora and Parfait, but it is possible that even they might not know everything. Oh dear. I will need to think on my own as well, just in case they decide to keep more of their secrets. I look at Karma and shake my head. Next time I will be more wary. I won't let myself be caught unaware. Before I realize it, Karma has his hand on my cheek and is staring at me solemnly. His eyes are as cold and unmoving as steel. Princess, there won't be a next time. That's what I said. Weren't you listening? Next time, I'll make sure that you're definitely not alone. I can protect myself, thank you very much. I know how to fight. I'll just use my hands. Had I been alone today, I might have actually been kidnapped. I know that, but I cannot show weakness. I just need to be more cautious. I am not some damsel in distress, you know? High five, girl. High five. Don't leave me hanging. Okay. Having someone at your back is far more comforting. Even on a battlefield, knights fight better together. What? What's wrong? Nothing. Oh, did he abandon someone in a battlefield? He moves his hand away from my face and stands up sighing. His eyes look suddenly distant, and his posture is stiff. I think we're about done here, right? I haven't finished your makeup though. Wait, why am I even concerned about that? Oh, sometimes simple is better, or would you like me to sit back down? I do enjoy being pampered by you, princess. I take it back. We are definitely done. Good. Thank you for your hard work. In an instant, the mood changes. A bright smile once again graces, Karma's face. As much as I hate to do this, I'm going to have to leave you, darling. I have business in town and then a patrol later tonight. I probably won't see you for the rest of the day, but thank you. He is thanking me for putting on his makeup. It was such a small thing. You're welcome. You already thanked me though. And now you can tell I'm twice as thankful as the normal person. That doesn't make any sense, but it's Karma. A lot of the things he says does not make any sense. I leave the room with Karma, and he leaves the tavern as I go to find Parfait and Delora. The two of them are seated together in the reception, speaking in hushed voices when I arrive. They both pause to look up at me as I walk into the room. Well, well, if it isn't the princess, took you long enough to come see us. Our niece told us you were unharmed. We are glad to see you safe, princess. So, how about you telling us what happened? When prompted, I told them everything that transpired in the alleyway. The two listened and only exchanged a solemn glance when I am done. Do you know something about all of this that I don't? Why would the witches be after me in the first place? Oh no. You remember what we said about the Barum corrupting witches? Well, those witches don't seem like seeing curses broken. They meddle where they can because they can. That's just evil. That is why I cast... Why is there two eyes? That is why I cast a glamour on you when you arrived here so that you can remain hidden from magical eyes. I did it to protect you. To protect me? I feel like there is more to that than to this that they are hiding, but I do not think any amount of convincing will get them to say anything. Forgive us, princess. We are not entirely sure what's going on either. Oh, perfect. Though, if it was a human that captured you, he must be working with the witches somehow. Troublesome to say the least, but we don't know the details yet. Give us some time to figure things out. Until we figure out who that man is and who he is working for, you need to have an escort with you out of the Martian at all times. Do you understand? And once you figure it out, you will tell me.